What's going on, guys? It's Tron Ninja here, coming at you with a video covering the out of sight perks and why you should use it. Quickly before we get into the video though, if you give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell, and also check the top up right corner, the top right of the screen where the eye is, so you don't miss out on previous videos and future videos made on this channel for GTA Online. That'll all be appreciated. In this video, we're going to be covering why you should be using out of sight and its actual perks. And then we're going to be going into future videos covering why you should be using those with specific vehicles. So if you see a Chernobog or an anti-aircraft trailer, generally speaking, out of sight is extremely useful for those types of vehicles. Mainly vehicles that don't move around as much and are just meant to shoot down aircraft, basically. However, in order to be able to unlock out of sight and be able to use it, unlike the other off-radar features where you can simply just have a VIP menu and then be able to open it, or just have a certain rank requirement for lesser off-radar, you actually need to be able to purchase an actual property, this property being the agency, and then you need to do the first few missions of the Dr. Dre heist in order to be able to unlock this from Amani. Amani is the contact that you will be calling to actually unlock this. It costs $12,000, and now I'm going to be explaining the general perks of this ability. First off, the general perks of this ability that I don't need to show in testing is number one, you do not need to be in an MC or CEO in order to be able to use this. You can actually use this even in passive mode, which actually kind of shocked me a little bit. And the other thing is that you will not be able to call this in every 5 minutes. It's 10 minutes every time you use it, so you can't completely rely on this. However, this off-radar ability does not actually have a timer, so as long as you do not break the rule requirements of this actual ability, it will last forever. So if you're trying to escape somebody, or if you're trying to put this over a property that you're trying to grind money for, it's extremely useful for that, so keep this in mind when you're watching the test footage. Now we're going to be moving on to the actual test footage. First off, the actual radius of which it actually is on the map. As you can see here, this is a 500 meter radius in the center of it, and when you're on the edge, it actually goes out to 1,000 meters. But generally, you're going to be in the middle of this thing, which is 500 meters. And as long as you're actually in this radius, no one can see you. I'll show what I mean. Now we're going to be showing off the actual perks of the actual out of sight and what it can do off radar. So basically, I'm going in and out of the actual bubble that I showed earlier, and basically, here are the rules of out of sight. As long as you're inside of it, your gamer tag will not appear above your character, you will not appear on anybody's radar, or anything like that, but there is one catch. You cannot damage or kill another player. If you do this, the perk will end. But as long as you do not do that, it will not end. As you're about to see here, green is about to kill me, I'm about to respawn, and I'm still not going to appear on his radar. So keep this in mind. Even if someone kills you, they can't see you, but if you're dealing with a thermal jet, they're still going to be able to find you, so I wouldn't completely rely on this, but it is a good way to get out of an area if you're in a bad pinch. Another thing to keep in mind is that this thing is very useful with specific vehicles like Chernobogs and anti-aircraft trailers, as I mentioned before. So basically, you can set up an entire vehicle, pitch it up somewhere, and no one will actually see you, making it very easy to ambush somebody. And in this final test clip, before we get into the kill clips, I decided to go inside the casino with the out-of-sight bubble above it, and yes, you can see that right, the blimp does not appear. The property blimp that I would usually have when it would pop up on the actual radar is not appearing, meaning you can actually go inside of properties and still have this ability, meaning you can completely hide yourself from orbital cannons and other things and nobody will know where you are. This is a very useful feature. It's also useful for grinding when you're going to specific properties. Now we're going to be going through the test footage with the actual kills of the out of sight. First off, with the Chernobog, basically I told my friend to come at the military base, basically thinking that he should actually come up to back up his imaginary friend while he's fighting somebody else or one of my allies. And basically the synopsis is try to ambush somebody and make them not suspect that you're actually there. Basically, no one can defend themselves from something that they can't see. Same thing with hitting something. They can't hit something that they can't see. Basically, because of this, It makes it the perfect Chernobog method to ambush other aircrafts into getting into your airspace. The one thing to keep in mind though is that if you're dealing with highly agile aircrafts like Pyros and they're using the top speed method with LB and RB, I have got killed by Pyros in the past doing this, so keep an eye out for this. And also, if aircraft with homing missiles start flying next to you but aren't aiming at you or you're not after, make sure to get out of the Chernobog so they don't lock onto you accidentally and shoot a missile. I've died plenty of times from accidental missile kills. And as you can see, he had no idea was there and I got him. Just make sure to actually activate Ghost Organization or other off-radar abilities afterward, because once you kill somebody, you'll be back on the radar. Now with the anti-aircraft trailer clip, basically he came at me in a Hydra, I shot a bunch of missiles at him, but basically with this one, you're going to want to shoot a few missiles at him, get a railgun or some type of explosive sniper, and try to shoot him down while he's getting chased by the missiles. And because he doesn't know where the missiles are coming from, he has no idea where to attack from. This is the problem for most pilots. This is the other thing. If a missile or an explosive hits an actual vehicle, like the Hydra, as you're about to see with the railgun here, it will not actually remove the out of sight. It has to physically damage the player or kill the player. If it doesn't damage the player or kill it, and it just damages the vehicle, it actually will get away with it and you won't lose the actual ability. So keep that in mind. You don't have to worry about hitting explosives on vehicles unless if you kill them. And as you can see here, I shot another barrage of missiles at him with his damaged Hydra because of my railgun, and I did eventually get him. And here in this final clip, I'm at Sandy Shores Airfield with the anti-aircraft trailer once again, and he's coming at me in a buzzard to back up one of his imaginary friends that we set for this example in the area that I'm currently in. Basically, this is a perfect way to lock down specific airspaces. So if you're an anti-aircraft vehicle guru like me, and you like to use a lot of SAM vehicles or other types of vehicles to shoot down aircrafts, using this ability is extremely beneficial, because then you can extremely ambush pilots that are unsuspecting. As you can see here, if I was him, I would have no idea that I'm over here with my SAM launcher waiting for him to get over here. And then basically, once he gets into my airspace, I wait for him to pass me so he doesn't lock onto the trailer, and then I lock onto him from behind and shoot one of the undodgeable missiles. Because of this, it's an extremely beneficial thing. However, you're only going to get this one time, so if you kill him, make sure you have Ghost or some type of other off-radar ability available before you try to pull this maneuver, because the player that you just killed will be sure to try and retaliate back if you don't have that, so keep this in mind. The only negative thing that I was able to find about this ability is the fact that it cannot hide specific cargo blimps, but generally the agency, which is where this ability comes from, a lot of the blimps from that one it actually does hide. So it's a pretty useful ability if you're trying to get in and out of properties, if you're just trying to hide from somebody or somebody that's trying to grief you, or if you're trying to Chernobog somebody. Very useful for that vehicle or the anti-aircraft trailer. But anyways guys, that's going to be it for the out of sight video and why you should be using it in free mode, because it is highly a beneficial feature for grinding and PvP. Also, another thing that this is going to segue into two other videos in the future, my Chernobog review and my anti-aircraft review. This is why I wanted to pump this one out quickly. I know this was an extremely short video compared to my other ones, but I just wanted to give you a quick video explaining why this feature is extremely useful, so then you have a general understanding of it before those other videos come out. Make sure to give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell, check the eye at the top right of the screen at the start of the video so you don't miss out on past and future content for GT Online. I am Tron Ninja, and I am signing out. Peace, guys.